My name is Christos Economou. I'm head of unit in the European Commission, the Directorate General dealing with maritime affairs and fisheries. And my unit is responsible for the maritime policy in the Mediterranean and the Black Sea. I will be the moderator for the panel. We have 6 speakers. But before that, a small comment that was made earlier about the Black Sea itself as being a part of the Mediterranean. This is at least like it happens in the geographical distribution of my Directorate General. As I said, the 2 regions are under the same directorate, and I have the honor to deal both with Mediterranean and the Black Sea, which makes it easy to compare the 2 sea areas and certainly take good examples from one case to the other. Our panel today will look into investment in blue growth. We heard earlier specific cases about tourism. We heard certainly very interesting intervention about research. Now coming to investment and what are the good practices to attract investment. We have here the 6 panelists that will enter into that. And when we talk about investment, it's not just the financing aspects of it. We should not forget also the investment in the human element, the education, and certainly the assets that we need. It's the asset that we need to go ahead with innovation and all the necessary aspects for promoting blue growth aside the finance. So with this small introduction, I think I will invite the first speaker to intervene, which is Mr. Ivan Abasice, Head of Division from International Economic Development, the Ministry of Economic and Sustainable Development of Georgia, who will certainly enlighten us on the practices coming from his administration. Thank you.
Thank you for giving me a floor. Ladies and gentlemen, as the end of the day is approaching, I'll try to be as short as possible and to the point possible. So, Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, this is my privilege to address you here today on the occasion of this conference. One of the biggest challenges for the government of Georgia is strengthening the transit function of the country and formation of logistical hub in the region. Therefore, it is of utmost importance to increase trade flows from China to Europe through Trans-Caspian corridor. The current situation in the region with various Silk Road initiatives aiming to promote trade, economic cooperation and development and exploring new opportunities are very promising. The government of Georgia is an active member of the international transport corridors, such as Trasica, Lapis Lazuli, Baltic Sea, Black Sea International Transport Corridor, etc. Mentioned corridors make contributions to the revival of one of the most famous historical Silk Road. It is noteworthy to mention that on October 15 and 16th of last year, under the patronage of the Prime Minister of Georgia, His Excellency Georgi Kvirikashvili, and with the support of government of the People's Republic of China, Tbilisi Silk Road Forum 2015 was held. The forum was attended by the representatives of the public and private sector from more than 34 countries, with the aim of the additional attraction of foreign investments and for the development of the new Silk Road. Around 30 bilateral and multilateral meetings have been held among the representatives of the governmental, private sector, international and financial institutions in the framework of this forum. In November 2016, the government of Georgia plans to conduct the second Tbilisi Silk Road Forum. By taking this excellent opportunity, I would also like to announce that the government of Georgia is planning to hold in September 2016, the port city of Batumi, the first ever an International Maritime Forum 2016. The principal aim of the event is to raise awareness within the region and beyond of the indispensability of shipping and at the same time of the critical need to ensuring healthy oceans. A delicate balance that a carefully devised and executed integrated maritime policy can go a long way to sustain. The forum aims to be not simply informative but also suggestive and proactive. The dates for the forum has been set for the week commencing 12 September, with Tuesday 13th being the opening and the main day. The following 2 days will be devoted towards taking the forum to a practical level, and plans are at hand with the Secretariat of International Maritime Organization to hold 2 seminars. The 2 seminars will focus on integrated maritime policy and on the key role of member states in partnering with IMO and other international organizations on environmental projects. The whole event will offer possibility for interaction between regulators and the industry, and to open dialogue between shipping personalities and environmentalists. With these developments at hand, Government of Georgia attaches high importance to intermodal transportation via Georgian corridor, taking into consideration the need to protect the marine environment and to empower economic development of Black Sea coast. I'd like to note that during 2015 and 2016, railway freight transportations from China in the direction of Georgia were carried out in several occasions. As a result of fruitful cooperation among the Georgian, Azerbaijan, Kazakhstan and Chinese railways, through tariffs were introduced for the whole corridor that created an opportunity for the freight to move from China to the Black Sea ports of Georgia without delay in the shortest possible time. As a result, the transit time has been reduced from 45 days to 7-9 days, compared to the carriage by the sea routes. Hence, transit networks running through Trans-Caspian corridor can bring goods from China to Europe much faster than sea routes. But of course, everything goes back to the sea, and it's going to be through Georgian ports. In order to further facilitate the mentioned process, Government of Georgia is carrying out major investment and infrastructure projects, such as Anaklia New Deep Sea Port Project, Railway Modernization Project, East-West Highway construction, and Baku-Tbilisi-Kars New Railway Connection Line Project. Here I would like to highlight the importance of mentioned projects. Georgian government strives to enhance development of port infrastructure and increase competitiveness between seaports. For this purpose, particular importance is attached to the construction of the new deep sea port in Anaklia. New seaport will be gateway for Central Asia and Caucasus countries. On February 8, 2016, a limited liability company, Anaklia Development Consortium, was selected as winner by the Government Commission. Ltd Anaklia Development Consortium is a joint venture established by reputable Georgian and US companies, TBC Holdings and Conti Group. TBC Holding is an international entrepreneur and a developer with a mission to invest in long-term sustainable business opportunities. The Government of Georgia will significantly contribute to the development of project by providing 1,000 hectares of land for the port and free industrial zone, and by constructing railway and road connections to the port. The total cost of the government input shall exceed $100 million USD. Construction of the Anaklia port shall create favorable conditions for the development of logistic services and industrial zone in the adjacent area. It will also give opportunity for development of value-added services and shall result in significant increase in cargo turnover through Georgia. Most importantly, the project will have tremendous positive social economic impact in western part of Georgia, as it will create thousands of new jobs. One of the main projects for the government is the East-West Highway and the rehabilitation project, which is of great importance for Georgia and its neighboring countries, and for the EU as a strategic transit route between Europe and Central Asia. At this stage, 31% of construction is completed. Project has been financed by central budget of Georgia and the World Bank, ADB, GICA, and AIB. The total cost of the project is $3.136 billion USD, from which approximately $1 billion USD have already been invested. Construction of the highway shall increase the capacity of Georgian roads, reduce transportation costs, and enhance country's transit potential. Moreover, One of the key challenges facing the Georgia logistics sector is the development of modern logistics center. As part of the East-West Highway Corridor Improvement Project, financed by the World Bank, the Ministry of Economy and Sustainable Development of Georgia, on behalf of Government of Georgia, intends to carry out a feasibility study for the creation of logistics centers. After the study is completed, the Ministry of Economy shall announce expression of interest for selecting the investor for the development of logistics center. Another important priority is the Baku-Tbilisi-Kars new railway line project, which shall connect Azerbaijan, Georgian and Turkish railways and will open a window onto Europe. The implementation of the project will allow 45% faster delivery of containers, freights, and passenger traffic from Asia to Europe. Initially, this railway line will be able to handle 5 million tons of cargo and 1 million passengers. Its capacity will triple in subsequent years. Major construction works are finished at prioritized sites of the railway section of the Georgian territory, thus allowing the facilitating cargo transportation at the first stage. Total cost of the project is $775 million USD. Furthermore, JST Georgia Railway is implementing modernization of railway lines project. As of today, 32% has been completed. Total cost of the project is 260 million Swiss francs. The main objective of the project are optimization of freight and passenger traffic duration, reduction of operational expenses, improvement of operational safety, and maximization of freight transportation capacity. And at last, but not least, it is of utmost importance for Black Sea countries to seek the development of cruising industry amongst its littoral states. With the upcoming visa liberalization for Ukraine and Georgia, the room for new development will be opened. Therefore, it is important Black Sea coastal states start arrangements for re-establishing cruise lines between them. I would like to wish you all the best in your endeavors, and thank you for your attention.